What's up, YouTube? How you doing today? I'm just admiring my locks. God, they get me twisted for my birthday. Anyway, let's get to the video. As you could see in the title, we're gonna go all the way back. Yeah. So, 2020. Let's say the month of August, and I woke up and I had a funny feeling down there. And I thought, what is this? Right? Anyway, it was like excuse the terminology, but I'm trying to be as transparent for people to understand. So, for women who have their monthly, sometimes you get clots, right? Well, there was one the size of this. Yeah. And I thought, nah, that ain't normal. So I ring the GP, rang my cousin, rang my mum, rang my brethren. No one's experienced this, but the GP said, and for those in America, GP is general practice. So it's like your doctor. And she was like, well, Miss Blah Blah is between, what did she say? A thyroid, I can never say that word, a thyroid, or obviously something more, aka the nasty C. Now I'm panicking. So yeah, she calls me in, instantly does an examination, and then sends me to the hospital to get tests and x-ray, bloods, everything, right? It was just go. So I kind of knew within like 2 weeks that I had cervical nasty C, stage 2 to 3. For people that's thinking, what's she talking about, nasty C? Yeah, I called the cancer nasty C because, again, I don't really, want to be speaking on it. But this is 2020, right? Just after my birthday. So I'm going to say about August. So by September, they've already detected that it's the nasty C, and treatment has to start ASAP because it's growing rapid, okay? And for those who understand that, knows, yeah, it grows rapid. Now, just to give you a little bit of an insight, at that time, my daughter was doing her GCSE. My eldest son was in Her Majesty Palace, due to come out. So when he got released, and my daughter was turning 16. So imagine now, instead of us celebrating her 16th birthday, I've got to tell my 4 children, by the way, your mother has the nasty C. And on Monday, I have to go for treatment. Yeah. And the treatment that they wanted me to do, YouTube, was the... thank you, baby girl. Was chemo and radiology at the same time, because again, the nasty C is growing rapidly. Now, my mum lives, at that time, my mum was alive, and my mum lived in America. And yeah, it was a tough time because to leave my home, and again, I'd lived with my 3 children, 2 sons and my daughter. My eldest has always had his own place, and it was just a very hard time to have to leave my home to go and do a treatment that, again, we didn't know if it was going to be working or not. But my daughter decided, Mum, I'm going to come with you. I'm not going to make you do this on your own, kind of thing. And I was so grateful because, like I said, she was studying her GCSEs. And I thank God for her dad, even though our relationship, was rocky, that he got her books that she needed. He ordered them and got them sent to the accommodation that we were staying at the location where I went to go do my treatment. So when people say to me, how did you do it? I try to say you have to have one, faith and believe and know that this is part of your journey and God will pull you through. But you do have to have the right people around you. How did I feel? That's a question I get all the time. Lost, distraught. I never complained. I didn't be like, oh, why me? Never, none of that. It was just I didn't understand how, I had got the nasty C. But then my grandmother, may she rest in peace, she had it. But she was a natural herbalist. And I'm glad for that because it taught me a lot. And I can guarantee you and say that's what made me be here today to tell the story. Now, I had people around me. I want to big up, people as well that was around me at that time. You know who you are. There's no need for name calling. But you got to have people around that genuinely, was there and, who understood and could do what they could do. But, at the end of the day, you have to really think to yourself and say, was that, genuine or was that for purpose? But that's a whole nother video for another time. I'm just trying to answer some of the Q&As that I've been seeing in my DMs. And as I said, I can't repeat this whole thing. So as I said, I'm going to do short little videos for people so that it's just a bit easier. And if they've got any questions, they could drop it in the comment. And also, if there's someone as well who's just been diagnosed with it, maybe something I will say that can help you or help your family and just be able to just know that, yeah, it's not an easy thing. And I think a lot of people need to understand when people has been diagnosed with a health matter, you've got to consider how that hits the mental. People's brain is not going to function the way they would like it to because no matter what, you're thinking, oh my God, I've got the nasty C. And everybody knows there's a possibility that you may not pull through. And there's a possibility that this is it for you. Right? And I'm glad I did go away and go and do treatment, meaning it was offered for me to go back and forth, but my distance and where I lived at the time, it was going to be too much to get there to appointments. And I'm glad that I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go and stay because again, there was sometimes I've got a treatment at 8 o'clock at night. Sometimes there's a treatment at 8 in the morning. It would have taken too much for me to get up there. But we'll speak on that side later. But how I was able to know something wasn't right was that morning when I got up. And the only way I can describe it without being gruesome, a woman, when we're going to have a baby and you want to push. So it was like I wanted to push out something, but obviously I'm not pregnant. But I just said, you know what? It feels disgusting. And so I pushed, and then, yeah, that's when that size of, it looked like liver. That's the best thing to explain. And I took a picture of it and, yeah, went to the doctors and I showed her. And she knew instantly that, as I said, it's not normal. And we took it from there. So when people say, how did you know? That's how I knew something wasn't right. And I acted on it fast. A lot of us sit there thinking, oh, I don't feel right. And you're maybe scared, right? But then being scared, that's not a good thing to do because they said that as well. If I would have sat there and just thought, oh, maybe, it's just a clot, blah, blah, blah. But then I wasn't on my monthly. Who knows if I would have been here? So please, ladies, stuff ain't going on right down there. Get up, go to the doctors, get it examined. Take pictures, take video, whichever one's better for you. Go and see your GP and take it from there. And everyone knows I'm a health fanatic. So if something don't feel right, yeah, I'm straight away on the phone. Like, yeah, can I get an appointment, please? I'm not into it. But that's one of the questions that I would answer. And that's that. So I'll see you on the next video with another update. But maybe what I should do is just put this together. Hold on. Let's go back. So the treatment I had to do was for 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks. and that was chemo and radiology. So chemo is where you sit down with these drips dripping up your arm, and they're putting in the chemo to try and kill the nasty C. Yeah. And then the radiology, now they put this thing over my pelvis area. So they were using the radiation to kill the area of where the nasty C was. That was about maybe about 10-15 minutes, that one. But the chemo, no, that's hours and hours, and you're very tired, you're very weak, you're very drained. It's not a joke. They do say that there's a possibility you could lose your hair, but yeah, thank Jesus I didn't lose no hair, but I did lose hair underneath my arms and on my legs, but not on my head. So again, I guess, you know, it just made the texture, to be fair. So that's the only difference it did to my hair. It made it more like, yeah, that kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but that's the whole nasty C bit. If there's anything else, drop it in the comments and I'll try and do a video for you. But that's how I knew something weren't right, and then obviously how they detected the nasty C. All right, peace and love, my peoples, until the next video. Bye.